Evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. A warm welcome to the 11th meeting of the Champion Evaluators Advanced Toastmasters Club, a club where we don't just speak or evaluate, we elevate each other. As we gather for our 11th session, I'm reminded of a simple yet powerful line by author James Clear. You do not rise to a level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And that is exactly what makes this club special. Our system of structured feedback, thoughtful evaluation, and disciplined practice ensures that growth isn't an accident, it is a habit. Every evaluator here sharpens not just their analytical skills, but also their ability to uplift others. Every speaker gains clarity, confidence, and refinement through purposeful feedback. That is what makes each of our meetings a workshop in excellence. Today, we continue that journey with another inspiring lineup. Let's listen deeply, learn generously, and support wholeheartedly because in this club, improvement is a collective mission. Before we begin, a gentle reminder please join from a quiet, distraction free place. Keep your video on to maintain connection. Use reaction button, a clap, a thumbs up to appreciate our speakers and evaluators. And now, to lead us into today's enriching session, I'm delighted to invite our club president, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika Shetty, whose steady leadership continues to strengthen the foundation of this club. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Savita Salyan. Give her a huge round of applause. As usual, she opens the meeting with that warm smile that sets the tone for the entire meeting. A warm good evening, champions. How are we doing today? We're doing well, very well. Excellent. Last weekend was quite eventful for me. Eventful because I went for a movie after a very long time. And guess which the movie was?
Dhurandhar.
Absolutely. Thank you, my Durandar. Yes, it was Durandar. The much hyped up movie, much talked about movie. And indeed, 3.5 hours just flew by. I just didn't know how it flew. But there was something that I learned from that movie. In fact, many lessons, but one lesson that I want to share with you today is because it resonates with the values that I stand by, something that my dad taught me when I was young. And the highlight of this movie is that every single person stood out. But there's one person who stood out in this entire movie was Akshay Khanna. Akshay Khanna, the son of the erstwhile superhero Vinod Khanna. He has been a great actor for the more than 25 years, but was probably never recognized for some reason or the other. But in this movie, he stood apart. He stood apart and showed his mettle. What did I learn from this particular incident is that you do not need to have the best of roles or best of situations to stand out. You can give your best in whatever situation you are. The way I used to put it in the past is that even if you want to become a sweeper, be the best sweeper in town, then no one can ignore you. And that's exactly what Akshay did. Given the situation, he was an antagonist in the movie. He was not the hero. He was the second person there. But then, at the end of the movie, all you remember is Akshay Khanna as one of the prominent characters. Therefore, what we can learn for this particular club as evaluators is that we may end up complaining, saying that, oh, that speech was very tough. It was a perfect speech. I could not evaluate. Oh, I had forgotten. I had this, I had that, and a lot of reasons. But there's one thing that we have to keep in mind is that you do not need that perfect situation to practice. All you need is an intention to be your best. So let me hear from you. Are you prepared to give your best and be your best, come what may? And then we can definitely have district champions and more from this club. So wishing you all the best to our Durandars of Champion Evaluators. Wishing you all the best. And with that, let's begin this meeting. With the power vested in me as the president of Champion Evaluators, I hereby open meeting number 11. With that, we have a small sad news as well. I mean, of course, it is a profound sad news because one of our charter members, our ex-members, who was a charter member, Naina Nathan, her husband passed away yesterday. Yes, yesterday. And this is something that was, she had particularly taken 6 months of break to attend to him, but unfortunately, she lost him. So, um, as a gratitude for the departed soul, or rather, let's pray for the departed soul. Let's maintain a moment of silence and pray for the departed soul, please. Thank you very much. For those of you who have a number, please feel free to write a message, drop in a message expressing your condolences. It's now time to start the meeting and to take the meeting forward. Today is going to be an interesting meeting. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag because I'll leave it for the TMOD to do that, but definitely it's going to be an interesting one. Uh, Before we move into the main crux of the meeting, we have a few new faces here and we'd really love to know you a little bit better because who knows, like our path has just crossed, our membership might also cross going forward. Let's now invite on stage Rahul Salian. I don't know if you're a Toastmaster or soon to be Toastmaster, but Rahul, over to you.
Thank you, Jyotika. So, I'm Rahul Salian. I'm cousins to Savita. No, I'm not a Toastmaster yet. I just attended one session with Miss Mukund, and it was so inspiring. So I spoke to Savita, and Savita said, "Join in here tomorrow." So she's my cousin's wife. So I dare her as a Barbie. So I just came in here. And about me, I work for an MNC here. I work on a domain of procurement, and I'm based out of Mangalore, but I work in Bangalore right now. So this is about me. So I'm so aspiring to know more about this. I'm just learning here now. Thank you.
Warm welcome, Rahul. It's really a pleasure to have you amongst us. And thank you, Shalini, for introducing him to our club. And thank you, Savita, for giving him that second motivation or inspiration to come to our club. Thank you very much. May I now invite Gunjan? Gunjan, over to you.
Hello everyone. Thank you putting me in spotlight, Jyotika, once again. Once again, a very good evening to all the Toastmasters of CET Club. This is Kunjan from District 92, and I would like to share my appreciation to Shalini ma'am to forward me. I was looking forward to join this meeting. A short intro about me that I love to network. This is the one biggest reason that why I'm landed to the Toastmaster. That in day and night I used to network. I'm a very social person a lot. My personal life is less than the social commitments, and not in a just casual way, but in a genuine connection. I love to meet folks. Hence, I landed to the Toastmasters. And back to you, Jyotika.
Thank you very much, Gunjan. I believe you're based in Bangalore, based out of Bangalore, District 92, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. But distance is not the geographical location is not a restriction for us. We're based online, so you're more than welcome to visit us again. We would love to have you back again. All right. Now let me invite onto the screen Selvam Francis. Selvam, over to you.
Thank you, Jyotika. Hi, everyone. My name is Selvam Francis. I am part of HSR Toastmasters. So just now, my another meeting in office got cancelled. I saw Ashima's message in the group. I just joined for an evaluation workshop. Thank you for the message.
All right. Thank you
Thanks.
very much. Thank you very much, Selvam. Like they say, you don't need a reason to join a Toastmasters club. And champion evaluators, you certainly do not need a reason to join. So, warm welcome to all our three guests here. And we really look forward to you attending more of our meetings and then probably becoming a member of this club. With that, let's move on to the crux of the meeting. And to take the meeting forward, we have with us our Vice President Education, a man, a master of many things, and we all love him dearly. He's a backbone of our club, does a lot of things with one signature gesture, which is his smile. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome and put your hands together for the Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished Toastmaster Daryl Rodericks. Over to you, Daryl.
Thank you very much, Madam President, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. It's actually an honor to serve as your Toastmaster for today because today it's a special meeting. It's an evaluation spotlight challenge at Champion Evaluators Advanced Toastmasters Club. Now, most Toastmasters meeting focus on speeches. But tonight, we're going to focus on the evaluation behind the speech. Now, you all know this is not a regular club. This is not a regular meeting, and we're not going to have a regular evaluation. Today, the spotlight shifts from what was said to how we listen, interpret, and guide. At Champion Evaluators, we believe that evaluations are not just an afterthought, they are an engine for growth. And tonight, let's together bring that engine into full view. We have three segments in today's meeting, but different from the regular meeting that we have. We have the prepared speech segment, then we will have a panel evaluation, followed by a general evaluation who will have a general evaluator come forward and evaluate the panel evaluation that we hear. However, to maintain discipline and flow, we also have a timer for today, and that is distinguished Toastmaster Savita Salian. Distinguished Toastmaster Savita will indicate the timing using Zoom virtual backgrounds. So I request all speakers and evaluators to please be mindful of the cues. With that, let's jump into our first segment, the prepared speech segment. Today we have one speaker, and our speaker for today is Toastmaster Shalini Mukund. Let me quickly read out to you her speech objectives. Toastmaster Shalini is pursuing the pathway motivational strategies and will be delivering the first project in level 2. The purpose of this project is to learn about different communication styles and identify your primary communication style. Timer, please note time is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Shalini, can you please unmute and repeat, I am a champion speaker?
I am a champion speaker.
I confirm that you're clearly audible and visible. Can you remove the background if it's possible?
Okay, just a minute. Is it better now?
Yes. But it's dark. Is there no light in the room? I mean,
Okay, just 1 minute.
yeah, sure.
Better now?
Yes, that's better. All right. Toastmaster Shalini Mukund, not just what we say, not just what we say, Toastmaster Shalini Mukund. All the best.
I would like to ask the audience, raise your hands if you have seen this Malayalam movie, Sesham Michael Fatima. Has anybody watched it? Yes? Sorry, my computer, I'm not the one who is raising my hand. I'm already raising my hand as in showing my hand. Well, what is this movie about? It's about a girl whose only dream is to become an MC for a football match. And the story progresses in such a way that finally, in the end, she wants to get an opportunity, and she does get an opportunity to sit with the most famous football MC just next to him, MCing for the state level football match in Kerala. Now, when I looked at that movie and I took a little bit of reflection into my life, I just realized that I had various styles of communication so far. Primarily, today, the style of communication that I follow is that of being an initiative communicator and a supportive communicator. To start my journey, the first ever job that I got in Bangalore,
I landed into a recognized, a reputed educational institution, and my first 2 years were of total hell. I worked with a coordinator who had zero empathy towards her fellow colleagues, who never bothered about other people's problems, who never had the intention any single day to put herself in other people's shoes and understand what they were facing, who had absolutely zero communication skills. When I worked with her for the first 2 years, my communication style was very direct because after 2 years, I went to one of my friends, my colleague, and I told her, see, this is not the lady I ever want to work with. And why is everyone saying this is such a reputed organization? Look at the people who are heading this. They have zero empathy. They have no value for others. My friend at that time, whose name was, well, let's keep it as a secret because I would not like to reveal names. She said, come along with me, Shalini. I'm going to help you with something and that is going to make your life much better. I went with her into her room, sat down and wrote a mail to the dean saying that here is a person who is leading all the professors and teachers and she doesn't know how to communicate with others. That was a direct mail. I never thought I should think twice because it was already 2 years and I wrote a mail to the dean of the college. Now, what did the dean do? The dean forwarded that message to the same coordinator and then she calls me into the room explaining to me why I should not have done that. At that point of time, my dear friends, I believe that the direct way of communicating was the best because the atrocities were too much to tolerate. Now, years passed by, and about 10 years back in 2015, I got a very interesting assignment to work with a friend of mine. Her name is Vidya, who actually gave this project where I had to coach 11th and 12th graders who belong to villages who didn't have much of funds, and this was the NGO. Her NGO was supporting those children to get admission into very good colleges. And here was a bunch of students, extremely bright, extremely creative, ready to soak in that knowledge that we were offering to them. Here I used a lot of supportive style of communication because catering to those children's needs, catering to those students' needs, helping them time and again, step by step, in their projects, in their academic work, in all the assignments that they were doing, actually gave me a very good insight about the fact that I can be a very supportive communicator. I can actually help people grow. I have the ability to empower somebody else, look into the best phase of their life, look into the creative side of their life, and they can grow exponentially. At that time, this style of communication, which was the supportive style of communication, really helped me a lot because I still have those beautiful cards which these students gave to me after they had gone into the best of colleges. It feels so good. I'm sure the educators in the room will agree with me on this. When your students come back and give you those little cards, they are more precious than the gems, the jewels that we possess. Much later, again, here is a time, 2025, when now I am currently working with the District 92 PR team under Distinguished Toastmaster Suparna Bose. And let me tell you one thing, she is a wonderful human being to work with, just like all the people in Champion Evaluators. Why is that so? She found out one hidden talent in me, which is the initiation style of communication, where, as the head, she allows us to conduct meetings, to come up with brainstorming ideas, to allow other people to grow alongside her. Now, this is what I learned from her, that you need to be, or all of us need to be, somewhat an initiation style of communicator where we allow others to come up with their creativity. And trust me, we are 20 people in the team. None of us have ever felt that we are being overwhelmed or overpowered by her. I also realized that when you are the initiative style of communicator, your creativity and innovation grows in leaps and bounds. Last but not the least, I would also like to focus on one thing, which is the analytical style of communication that I have. Now, one of my clients 2 years back had to play this game of seesaw with me, where every time we had a project, he would negotiate on the pay. He would negotiate on the fees. Now, I learned that at one point of time, it is important for me to tell him that this is the pay structure. I'm not going to compromise on this if you don't want to compromise on quality. And I gave him a list of pointers that I would be covering for his sessions. Here, how it helped was the analysis which I used on the number of topics that I would be covering for his institution and the pay that was directly proportionate to what he was offering. He understood the fact that he cannot compromise on quality. So, if you look at the whole scenario in a nutshell, all the different styles I have used, basically, the movie was the one which inspired me to look at various styles of communication. Because in the movie, there are these elements that is shown. And overall, today, if I look back, I would call myself as a very supportive and an initiative communicator because day in and day out in my projects, in my programs, that is what I use. So, my dear friends, I leave you with this question. Whatever your style is, which is the style that you want to adopt and which is the style that you can empower others with? Back to the TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shalini. A huge round of applause for Toastmaster Shalini. Thank you for that wonderful presentation and showing us the different communication styles and how you adapt to it in different situations. Can I now request the timer, distinguished Toastmaster Savita, to present the timer's report for the prepared speech segment?
Yeah, the speaker took 7 minutes, 26 seconds.
All right. Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Savita. We will now send our two evaluators, distinguished Toastmaster Maria and Toastmaster Ashima, into the breakout room. All right. Timer, distinguished Toastmaster Savita, please give us a red signal once 5 minutes have elapsed. All right. Now we have 5 minutes here, and I was contemplating on what we can do for these 5 minutes. I thought we'll play a game. So I need 3 volunteers for this. All right, Gunjan has volunteered. Thank you, Gunjan. No one else? Somebody? It's a very simple game. We're going to have fun. That's all I can tell you. I can see Rahul hesitating to press the unmute button. So, okay, Rahul's hand has come up. So I'm going to call Rahul and one more person. Shalini, are you there? I wanted. All right, Shalini, I'm going to
Yes,
catch
yes,
you as
I'm
well for
there.
this game. All right?
I'm part of the game.
Yes, 3 of you all are
Okay.
part of this game. All right?
Yeah.
Do you know that today we are at the 350th day of the year and we have only 15 more days, 15, 16 more days for 2025. And I realized time is something that we cannot control. And so this is a game we're going to test time. You'll be given 5 seconds to answer a question. All you have is 5 seconds to answer a question. All right. So I have an app here with the game. I'm going to insert the 3 names of your 3 names. So player 1 would be Gunjan. Player 2 would be Rahul. And player 3 would be Shalini. You would have to name 3 things. So, for example, if I say name 3 vegetables, you have 5 seconds to name 3 vegetables. All right. All right. And we're going to follow that order: Gunjan, Rahul, and Shalini. I hope you will be able to hear my timer. But if you can't, I'll say timer. All right. So let's start with Gunjan. Right. Name 3 things you can eat with rice.
Pickle, dal, pickle.
5 seconds over. All right. But I hope you got the drill, right? Let's move on to Rahul. 1 second. Rahul, name 3 pieces of kitchen cookware.
Plates, pan,
Time up.
spoon.
All right, I'm not going to give it to you because I didn't hear spoon before that. All right, Shalini, name 3 means of transport.
Bus, car, aeroplane.
Okay. I'll give it to Shalini. She got it. Gunjan, name three things that can cause death.
Cardiac attack, heart attack, and
Time up.
Cardiac and heart
Okay.
attack are the same.
Okay. See, she caught you
Almost
there,
the
but she
same.
didn't give us three, so it's fine. Rahul, name three places where people keep money.
Wallet, bank, and wardrobe.
Wardrobe. Okay, I'll give it to you. Some people can keep it there. All right. Shalini, name three ways to waste money.
Spend it on online shopping, unnecessarily buy saris, unnecessarily buy jewelry.
Time up, but okay, jewelry. Fine. I'll give it to you. So, if you want to know the order, we have Shalini who's in the first place, Rahul behind, and then Gunjan. All right. So, Gunjan, your time to redeem yourself. Name three countries in Africa. No? All right. No worries. Let's move on to Rahul. Rahul, name three reasons to use an umbrella.
Rain, sun, and darkness.
Okay. I do not know who would use an umbrella in the dark, but I'll give it to you. All
Getting
right.
dark.
Let's. Okay. Let's move on to Shalini. Shalini, make three funny noises.
So bad it is getting recorded, Daryl. Please delete this part in the recording, okay?
I do not know, but I could see three different facial expressions.
No,
I
please,
couldn't hear
please
all three
delete this.
noises, but I'll give you the
You should
point.
have asked me Gunjan's question. Name three countries in Africa.
You should have helped Gunjan. Now I don't know if Gunjan
We
will
can
know
help
this also
others.
because no. If you want to win, no, but you can otherwise. All right. Let's. All
Time
right.
up.
Time up. All right. So we have to end it here. Thank you, Gunjan, Rahul, and Shalini for being so sportive. Sportive. I hope you enjoyed this activity. All right. It's time to call back the evaluators. So okay, we have 1 and 2. Dear Toastmasters and friends, we are now at the heart of tonight's meeting because it is the evaluation spotlight panel discussion where the evaluation will move beyond a single lens. Instead of one evaluator, we have a panel of two, as well as our moderator who will walk us through this particular panel discussion. Please put your hands together and welcome the Vice President, Public Relations of our club. And he has many other titles as well. I'll not elaborate it. Please put your hands together and welcome a multitasker, distinguished Toastmaster, Srivatsa GM.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Daryl. Now, I would like to welcome on the screen distinguished Toastmaster Maria DiCosta and Toastmaster Ashima Jean as evaluators. Distinguished Toastmaster Maria, ma'am, can you please tilt your screen because it's upside down?
Moderator, could you please tell me how should I show the time card?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm using the phone, so I need to adjust. Give me 1 minute. Is this okay?
Yeah. Time manager, please show red card after every 1 minute when the evaluator starts speaking, so that for that particular question, we'll have 1 minute time for each evaluator to answer it or provide their evaluation. Firstly, I would like to start with distinguished Toastmaster Maria. What could be your opening for the evaluation?
Pardon?
What could be your opening for the evaluation speech of yours?
What could be my opening?
Correct.
Yes. I would open it. I would open my evaluation by saying that the speaker opened her speech by hooking us with a question, raise your hands. And that is how she hooked us to listening to her. Besides, her gestures were perfect, particularly to be specific when she said, during my first 2 years, she said it like this. So she made the gesture along with her sentence complete. Her movement was backward and forward. She could have used the stage a little better. When it came to tonal variety, it remained the same, but her facial expressions were perfect. They made her words clear and expressive. So her
Thank
facial
you.
expressions added to the quality of her gestures.
Thank you so much. We'll continue with your evaluation part. Now, I would like to ask question to Toastmaster Ashima. What would be your commendations for the speaker?
My commendations, I have two commendations for the speaker. The purpose of the speech was to identify the communication style. And she had done it very well. She has given all the four examples of the communication style, that is initiative, supportive, uh, and analytical situation. With that, she had taken all the um, speech to an altogether a different level, in the sense she has given appropriate situations where she used what kind of communication style. Like she used initiative supportive leadership communication style in her first job, putting her foot across by speaking to teen and taking the friend along with her. In the second situation where she had an used an analytical situation is by negotiating client, giving them the analytical data. The second point, what I would tell as a commendation is that she started the speech with the movie, that is Sisham, Michael, Fatima, and why it is relevant for her speech, the communication
Okay.
style, and circle
Okay.
back again to that. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. I would like to pause over here. Now, for both the evaluators, there is one particular question. As you all mentioned, the commendations for the speaker. Here with the distinguished Toastmaster Maria, we had 2 to 3 points on the commendations, and with Ashima, we had 2 points. Now, I would like to ask a single question: that what was inspiring or the X factor you found in the speech of Toastmaster Shalini Mukund?
What was inspiring?
Inspiring or the X factor which stood out in the speech?
Okay. The inspiring factor was that she gave a personal example, and she began her speech with a question, and she ended her speech also with a question, all connected to what is your communication style. She began with hers and ended with asking, what is your communication style? After explaining all the different communication styles. So that stood out for me.
Amazing. What about Toastmaster Ashima?
I totally agree with Maria ma'am that she started with her personal story, ended with personal story. Adding on to it, her eye contact really was a tip point for me, as in it hooked me. It conveyed every detail and integrity of her speech with the almost perfectness. So I mean, she hooked her audience through her eye contact with the gestures. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now, I feel we need to move forward towards the recommendations which we had. In short, what would you like to give one recommendation? Because I have multiple questions to test you on. One particular recommendation which the speaker had to follow from your end. Can you please mention Distinguished Toastmaster Maria on it?
Yes, yes. The recommendation would be to use the stage better from one side to the other. She could have used for different styles different positions on the stage. That is one recommendation. And second is she could have changed her tone because she was talking about communication. So tonal variety would have added spice to her speech.
Okay, you mentioned the stage movement and the tonal variety.
Yes.
Toastmaster Ashima, what is that one recommendation you would want the speaker to improve in her upcoming speeches?
I felt that she was literally on a very high pace altogether in her script, as if we are all together in a super fast train, and in a fraction of a second, we might miss the station. Exactly that happens with me. There are times even a fraction of a second for me, if I just missed a word, I missed the whole sentence or the whole context of the story. So even when we were talking about four styles, yes, she was deliberately explain them, but for me, even those nitty-gritties that is important for me, I have missed few points up there. So I would really request her to, maintain her pace all across the script
How
speech.
would you like the speaker to improve that particular part of recommendation which you gave?
I would really request her to, space out her speech, in the sense the structure, or it should be more into a pointers rather than, in a same flow. So the minute she would make the whole script into part A, B, C, and D, like starting of the speech, then the A part, then the B part, like the first communication style, the second communication style, the third communication style. So that how she can maintain the speech pace, plus cut down few extra anecdotes, like too many characters she added for the
Got
first.
it. Got it. Got
Yes,
it.
and then
Thank you so
for the
much
second.
in this part.
Yes.
I would like to ask one question to distinguished Toastmaster Maria. You mentioned the how you mentioned how to improve for the speaker with respect to the body gestures or the stage movement. I did
No,
not,
no, not the body gestures.
sorry, the stage
Gestures
movement.
were perfect.
Stage movement. You mentioned
Stage.
she needs to speak for each particular style at one particular place. For the tonal variety, can I get an example how she can improve?
For example, when she asked that question, raise your hands if you have seen that latest movie. She could have been more polite, but her tone was the same from start to finish.
Got it.
And then, as she came to the end, which is your style, she could have been more gentle
Hmm.
because she was connecting with the audience.
Got it. Understood. Understood.
Yes.
So my next question to Toastmaster Ashima,
Yes.
there was a mention of movie name. Was that connected to the story part in further speech of hers? Do you think the story was connected? Or this movie title was connected?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Uh, the thing is that I have not seen that movie. So, though she tried explaining that it was about the MC footballer MC footballer who met the best of the MC footballers in the stand in her first
Hmm.
program. But the thing is that what that MC helped, the way it helped, there was no short story or anecdotals. So yes, she did circle back and came at the conclusion, but I felt it was like rushed off, or just a sentence about the story, about the movie again. Though Sesha Michael Fatima, I apologize, I have not seen. There are a lot of, though I am a Malayali movie fan, but I could not relate to the fact that what exactly, which part of the movie she meant for the communication of style. So
Got
that
it. I
one thing that
understood.
I, yes,
What you wanted to convey was this, instead of this movie name mentioning and that incident, she could have covered much more better in a different angle for the communication style.
yes,
That's what you
probably a
wanted to
small
convey.
story. Yes, a
Got
small
it.
story.
Now, a question to distinguished Toastmaster Maria. Was the communication styles mentioned by the speaker was clearly conveyed to everyone? Was it clearly conveyed?
The various communication
Exactly.
styles.
Yes.
The first two, they were clear, but when it came to initiative or the analytical style, I think she rushed a little because she saw the timer.
Huh.
Yeah, though she used the time really well, the last two, that is the initiative style, was not very clear.
Got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
she gave
One.
an example, but
Hmm.
still it was not very clear.
Understood, understood. One common question to both of you. Timer, I request you to put up 30 seconds for red light for this particular question. Were there any contradictions in the speech, and was it deviating from the core objective of the speech? Were there any deviations in the speech, and was it deviating from the this one, objective of the speech?
Yeah. The purpose, can I begin?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yeah. The purpose of her project was to learn different styles of communication and identify her primary style. That she did perfectly well. Though towards the end, she was a little rushed and she put back the question to us: what is your style?
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Tosmas Rashima?
I felt the first story that she started how she landed in the Bangalore, and she had the first job with 2 year. After 2 years, she find there is some discrepancy. I found in that story there were lot of characters that needed not to be there. And the stress towards that first story, just to show that she took an initiative and she got a support from other people, colleagues. The only thing I felt that was way too elaborated and too many characters to handle the whole story.
Got
Yes.
it. Understood. Understood. So now we have one particular question for each of you. Post that we'll have 5 to 6 rapid fire questions where you'll be mentioning yes or no. That's it. No further explanations. For this question, what would be one challenge you would love to give to the speaker for her next speech? Toastmaster Ashima.
I would really appreciate Shalini to use the pace, as in to, structure her speech in a way she can brought down her pace so that it adds to her not only tonal variety but the stage movement, and
Got
she
it.
is much more engaged towards the cause of
Hmm.
the speech. Yes.
Understood. How about you, distinguished Toastmaster Maria?
Yeah. What she could have done is reduce the story part of her speech and focus on the communication styles so that we clearly understood the four styles that she was sharing with us. So if she reduced the characters and the incidents to one or two, she would have managed the whole speech beautifully. Otherwise, she was top notch,
Got
where
it.
her energy and excellent delivery was concerned.
Understood. So now we'll have a rapid fire round. Just need yes or no from you both.
Mm.
Was the speech inspiring to audience?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. Was the speaker clear about the speech guidelines?
Yes.
yes,
How would you rate on a scale of 1 to 5 for vocal variety?
3,
4.
Okay. Was the speech organized?
No.
no,
Okay. Was the speech title connected with the speech?
uh, uh,
Only yes or no?
yeah, no,
No.
Okay. Was the speech criteria met according to you?
come again.
Speech criteria met according to you? Is it met? Did the speech
To
criteria?
a certain extent,
Yes. Yes, somewhat.
If I give on a scale of 1 to 5, what would you rate for that?
4.
4. Same.
Okay. One last question, which is much critical, which I felt. Uh, the speaker mentioned two style of communication in the beginning, but
Hmm.
we found multiple speech communication style coming up later.
Yes.
What would you like to tell on that particular aspect in the speech. I need it in just 15 seconds, not more than that. Distinguished Toastmaster Maria.
Yeah. And the first and the second style came clear because of the incidents that she gave. But when she came towards the end, she asked your initiative. She gave an example for initiative, but then she hurried towards the end, towards the last style. And the analytical style should have been a little more clear.
Got it. How about you, Toastmaster Ashima?
I have a problem with this again. She started with the two style, and all of a sudden there were four styles. There's a reason for me. The pace is very, very, very important because I felt I missed out that she spoke about two in starting, initial and supportive, and why are we going to four? So for me, that was a high disconnecting point, yes. But unfortunately, I could not be confident while writing or saying because it was
Got
high
it.
pace for
Understood.
me, yes.
Understood. So, what would be your one-liner conclusion for the speaker for your evaluation speech, distinguished Toastmaster Maria?
Come again, please,
What would
Srivatsa.
be your one-liner conclusion for the speaker? Sorry, for your evaluation speech.
Energetic, clear, well prepared, and tonal variety could have made it much better, and stage management could have made it much better. Time, perfect.
Thank
Well
you so
managed.
much. How about you, Toastmaster Ashima?
I felt she really need to organize the speech, the structure of the speech, and that really adds jewels to her whole speech and script. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, evaluators. With this, we understood the speech, which had a greater opening and a greater conclusion with all the commendations provided by the evaluators, few recommendations on the vocal variety, stage movement, and a few rapid fire questions, which gave us yes or no on the improvement part and the challenges which the evaluators put up for the speaker for the upcoming speeches. I would like to conclude the panel moderation over here. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Maria. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashima, for being the panelist as an evaluator today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Savita Salian, for being the timer. I hereby hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Directorics.
Grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Srivatsa. Huge round of applause for him. And a huge round of applause for our panelists as well, distinguished Toastmaster Maria and Toastmaster Ashima. With that, I will now share the voting link in the chat box. So let's take the next 1 minute to cast our vote for the best evaluator. Right, we are 12 in the room and received 7 responses. In the meantime, probably we can also all come on video and click a quick group picture before we jump into the next segment. So if you're not on video, this is cue to come on video and smile. So Selvam and Vijay, if you can come on video in the next 5 seconds. All right, Srivatsa, can you please do the honors of clicking a group picture? Everybody, say cheese. Okay, thank you so much. I also close the voting link, but it's time now to jump into our third segment and listen to how our evaluators fared or how the panel evaluation session fared. And for that, we have a master evaluator, a master panel moderator, the president of our club, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika. Over to you for this segment.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Thank you. And first, let me begin by congratulating all our three what do you call, Durandars? Can I say Durandar? Truly champions. I was very pleased with the way you all have conducted it. Um, Congratulations to Srivatsa for for moderating the session so beautifully. The questions asked were very valid. And DT Maria as well as Ashima for answering those questions with such panache. However, there is a catch here. This was an evaluation to be conducted, all right, and it was conducted in the style of a panel. They were panelists, no doubt about it, but it was conducted as if we did the previous panel moderation, all right. So, lot of questions. Basically, Srivatsa directed the analysis that is to be conducted. So, for us to identify whether the structure of their evaluation would be in the way we would want to would be a little difficult to identify. So what I will do is I will go by whatever has been presented to me. All right. So that does not take away anything from you, Srivatsa, because you've done a fantastic job as a moderator. Your questions were so beautiful and so valid. You are in fact the right moderator, I believe, for the panelists that we do in the regular session, right? But since these two were evaluators today, what we had in mind, or rather what the planning was, that they would be given opportunity to speak 1 minute each on the commendations, the recommendations, and then the summary. That will give us an idea of how they would structure, and then your questions would probably lead them towards a better identification of those points that need to be picked up. However, whatever was presented, I would say the questions, both the evaluators identified the right aspects in this entire speech. So the questions were given to them, and the evaluation was done very well. Starting with DTM Maria, the first question that was asked was, what was the opening like, right? And the opening, obviously, you said that there was a hook in the opening, but therein you brought in the gestures, the tonal variety, and the facial expression as well. My only worry here is when you're an evaluator, when we talk about an opening of the speech, opening of the speech is restricted to the hook. That is your ability to grab the audience's attention and orient them with you throughout your entire speech. All right. So, just bear in mind, if we're talking about the opening only represents the opening of the speech. All right. The speaker opened the speech with the hook. That is, she's asked, have you all watched this Malayalam movie, so and so? Have you watched this Malayalam movie, so and so? Was that enough for you to move forward with the, I would say, was it enough to grab your attention? All right. That is something that you have to be careful. Also, you also mentioned that she could use the stage better. I don't know if this is a very practical suggestion, because it is Dr. DT Maria there, or she's stuck?
The thing is, I don't know how to get back after I think I'll have to log out and log in.
No, ma'am, you can hear me, right?
I can hear you. That's enough. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. So you mentioned that the stage better. Now, when you do a recommendation, it has to be practical as well. Now, this is a small screen, a 15-inch screen. If it was a bigger stage, maybe it would have been different. Now, I would say the suggestion made is valid on a stage. But when we are looking at a speech online structure, would that be the right suggestion which could be implemented? Because she had four different styles of speaking. So managing herself in the entire small screen of 15-inch would be a bit of a challenge. So when you make suggestions, just keep in mind the mode of delivery as well, whether it's a stage that you're delivering or it is a screen that you're delivering. All right. And okay, the tonal variety, fine. I think it was platonic from the start to the end, and I think some bit of variation would have definitely helped. You also said that contradiction, put back the question, need more clarity. Put back the question. That is a very valid point that you made, that she started off with a question which didn't come back in the speech at all. So probably now, for me as an evaluator, let's make it very clear here, I'm evaluating the evaluators and not the speaker. And therefore, it is very important for us to understand how the evaluator has fared. So for me, the question still is in my mind, how would the evaluator close the speech? Essentially, how they would close, because the conclusion said she was energetic, she was clear, she was well prepared. None of these have been highlighted in the evaluation.
No,
Well,
I
but
said,
let me, DT Maria, let me finish it. We will keep all the observations towards the end. All right.
okay,
So you
okay.
said it's energetic. She was clear. She was well prepared. Now, when you close the speech, bringing new points, essentially new points, or worded in a different way, like she was well prepared, she was clear, she was energetic, kind of contradicts what was said earlier, because your commendations were that she had a very good opening, the hook was very good, she had good facial expressions, she had gestures that were perfect, all of this. So bringing that back would make much sense. And obviously the conclusion in terms of recommendation, that was good, that was tonal variety has to improve and the stage presence. So that was something that you brought in. I think Srivatsa helped you to also identify whether the speech title was valid for the speech, was related to the speech. That is a very good observation made, Srivatsa. Um, I was really wondering how you would pick this particular thing up, whether you would connect the speech title. Many say that, oh, speech title doesn't really add value, but I think it's a very good presence of mind to say whether the title really was valid in this context. The title was not just what we say. So maybe the speaker could have brought in this title to just connect it. Also, one point that I would like to add here is that the path is motivational strategy. And I have a question to make here. Was the speech motivating enough for you when we talk about communication style? So one aspect, I'm talking in the club environment, all right? Club environment, because when you're doing a contest speech, there is no path there. But when you're doing it in the club environment, the path is clearly motivational strategy. So did this communication style connect with the path she was taking, which is motivational strategy? That is actually a point to consider. Otherwise, DT Maria made a great, I would say all the observations made were pretty good. It's only that if you could just give a bit of coherence in the way you say when you put the entire speech together. As far as Ashima is concerned, Ashima also, I was pretty impressed, Ashima, with the way you made the observations, and I would say fantastic job done today. Whether it's your commendations or your recommendations, I particularly liked that you said it was a high energy story and it was difficult for you to identify the different speeches. So in effect, you said that the structure has to be better, and I totally agree with it. But the way you put in your recommendations, where you said it has to be pointers A, B, C, that was not very clear. So when you explain, if you can please make it a little clear, so we understand what you mean by saying it. Pointers have to be there, characters have to be there. Also, when the moderator asked you to mention the commendations, you went in detail. This could also be a pattern that you may follow in a normal evaluation. So avoid going into the details and touch upon only what needs to be said. All right? Don't go into the details because you've already heard the entire thing, the what do you call the speech. Now again, I don't know what this thing was about. I really didn't get, I'm so sorry. I really didn't understand what was this debate about. She brought in the analytical, she brought in two types of speeches, and then she brought in four. I don't know what this confusion was about, because she's essentially supposed to look at a report. I mean, there are certain types of communication styles defined by the project, and she was just basically touching on that. And then she identified primary, for her it was primary, it's perfectly all right. She said supportive and supportive and initiative are our primary styles, which I believe is perfectly all right. And I didn't really quite get what was this debate about, why y'all were confused with the whole thing. For me, there was no confusion. She had four types of communication style, and she said, these are my two primary styles. How she structured it could have been different. All right, I like the challenge part of it also. DT Maria said structure must be better, only one or two instances, very valid point. Ashima said reduce speed, so work on the structure, absolutely valid. the organization of the speech, which according to you is has to be organized better, that's very good. I'm just interested, or rather, I'll throw a challenge to you all saying, how would you like to close your speech, your evaluation speech, if you were giving this evaluation? And this question is for both of you, DTM Maria as well as Ashima. Just go back and think, how would you like to summarize the speech and conclude the speech? I would have really loved to hear that. But hearty congratulations to all three of you. Very well moderated. Both of you have picked up the right elements in the speech, and I hope our speaker is able to make or elevate the speech to the next level by implementing the recommendations that are made here. With that, hearty congratulations, and I'm pretty impressed. Over to you, Daryl.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika. A huge round of applause for her for that very insightful evaluation. And let's also applaud for our timer, distinguished Toastmaster Savita, who has kept track of the time during the meeting. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and friends, it's time to now close this particular meeting, this Evaluation Spotlight Challenge meeting. But I ask you to carry one thought: speeches that inspire in the moment, but evaluations that shape your journey as a speaker. When we evaluate with clarity, compassion, and conviction, we don't just improve speeches, we transform speakers. Thank you for being a part of today's meeting. It was my privilege to serve as your Toastmaster of the day, the last meeting of 2025 at Champion Evaluators Advanced Toastmasters Club. Thank you very much, and back to our president, distinguished Toastmaster Jyotika.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Let's give Daryl a huge round of applause for taking this meeting swiftly and smoothly. Thank you very much, Daryl. We're well on time, I guess. It's 8:37, 8:40, and we are pretty much within time. Hearty congratulations, my dear role takers, whether it's the speaker, the moderator, the evaluator, you'll have done such a fantastic job. And uh, it makes my heart swell with pride because I see a very significant improvement from where I'm not saying that we're not good evaluators, all right? Don't quote me for that, but the progress that I have seen, especially Ashima, the progress that I have seen, and DTM Maria, the observations that you all have made, I am so happy that this club is definitely doing justice to making you a better evaluator. With that, let me announce the Best Speaker Award goes to, by default, Toastmaster Shalini Mukund. Goes without saying, Shalini, you're the best speaker today. All right. And the best evaluator for this evening. What is this? Requesting? Okay. All right. Don't tell me there was a certificate for Shalini today. All right. Okay. All right. Best evaluator for this evening with drum rolls. Please put your hands together for distinguished Toastmaster Maria DiCosta. Hearty congratulations, DTM Maria. Is she there? Yes. All right. Okay. With that, I think it's time to call it a day and go to sleep with a nice dinner. But before that, I'd like to wish all of you very happy New Year, happy Christmas, enjoy yourself. But I cannot close this meeting without asking a beautiful feedback, or just as it is. All right, you don't have to make it beautiful, just as it is, from our guests who are present here today. So Rahul, over to you. How did you like the meeting, and any recommendations or any feedback for us?
Wow, what a start. It was fantastic. I've heard Shalini already once. She's so inspiring. So, evaluation, Maria and Ashima did a fantastic job. I thought that was the best thing evaluation could be done. When you put your points there, I felt your points are very, very valid, right? I'm pretty new to this. So it is fantastic. I really loved it. Recommendation today, I don't think I found any, but I think this is a good start for me. I'm very glad I was here today.
Thank you,
And
Rahul.
yes,
Yes,
thank you,
please go
thank you.
ahead.
So, by the way, not everyone are having dinner and sleeping. We are working till 12 today. So, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right. All right. So I wish you
Thank you so
all the
much.
best.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
Thank you for coming. It was
Yeah,
really a
sure.
pleasure hosting you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Now over to Gunjan. Gunjan, you know the drill. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I always wondering that why your club name as Champion Evaluators Advanced Toastmasters. So today I got the reason, the context behind that why you named it as a Champion Evaluators. Yes, definitely you guys are champions of evaluation, which I want to get the title for specific district I belong. The whole I loved everything. I had a warm welcome by the Toastmaster of the day, by Jyotika as well. I had a lot of takeaways from here. One is yes, that we should get to know our communication style. For me, it's always the initiative that always works for me. That okay, no, I need to start, irrespective what the other folks will think. That's something my USP, irrespective of anything. And a part of all the things I have noted down. The panel, the one thing which I liked, which is the unique X factor of your meeting, that panel of the evaluation. I got a lot of section that this can be. We can think of different. Well, we'll be having the evaluation sheet. So thank you so much, and I loved it. No improvement points as of now for me.
Thank you, Gunjan, and looking forward to seeing you here again. And I'm sure you'll attend after this experience you've had. Thank you very much. Now to our Toastmaster friend from HSR Club, Selvam Francis. Over to you. Selvam, I think I'd request you to switch on your Yes,
Yeah.
fantastic. Over to you.
Sorry. I did it. I was outside the hall. Okay. First of all, no, great speech, Shalini. I always heard about this pathway many times, but every time I hear the speech, there's a different perspective. There's a different takeaway for me. And Shalini, you have been evaluated by two Toastmasters. I think that you would have got the great inputs, but I really loved your speech. And one thing, no, it's been in Toastmaster for almost 2 years. This is the first time I'm seeing this kind of evaluation, the panel discussion. So I really liked the evaluation. Also, the way Srivatsa moderated that segment was good, and of course, no, Jyotika for sharing wonderful feedbacks. And yeah, it was a great meeting. I really enjoyed. I learned a lot. And thank you, Ashima, for sharing about this meeting in our external group. Thank you. Back to you, Jyotika.
Thank you, Selvam. Thank you. And we look forward to hosting you again. Please do come back. We'll be very happy again. All right, with that, I think it's time to say goodbye from our members. Would you like to say something? DTM Maria, would you like to say something? If you can please unmute yourself. Please unmute.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for having me on this platform.
You are our most beloved member of the club.
True.
An inspiration to all of us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Wish everyone Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Enjoy yourself with your family, and we look forward to receiving some cakes and some goodies as well. So don't forget that, all right? If you're coming to Mangalore, please get them with you, right?
You're welcome to my house. You're welcome to my house.
Yes, ma'am. I will come.
On 25th. Yes.
All right. Okay.
For lunch or dinner. Yes.
Okay. So we'll all plan and we'll come
all
to your
of
house.
you. All of you.
All right.
Okay.
Sophie, we are waiting for your invite.
Ashima, you two are invited.
Ma'am, I live in Bangalore. Sorry.
I know.
All right.
But I would love to meet you, yes, very soon.
Thank you. With that, let us call it a day. And with the power vested me as the president of the club, I hereby adjourn meeting number 11. And we'll see you in a new year. We'll see you in January, yet another new year, 2026. And don't forget to change your calendar to 2026. Wish you all the best and good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Good
Wishing
night.
you very
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.